Do an intro or me?
I got it. What episode are we on?
272.
For the week of...
I don't know. Just say it's May 10th.
Just say it's May 10th?
Yeah.
I like that. Are we recording now?
Yeah.
No, okay. Is this going to be on the actual recording?
Probably.
Probably. Hello, and welcome to the Lobbycast, the official podcast of PregameLobby.com. This is episode 272, and this recording takes place sometime after the 10th of May.
No, the recording takes place on the 10th of May.
The recording takes place on the 10th of May.
It is the 10th. We are recording. It's taking place.
My name is Jordan. I'm joined this afternoon by
Geoff.
Jeffrey. Good to see you. I have not been on the show in 2 weeks. Those are ridiculous, and I can't believe we thought that was a good trade.
I don't know. I'm now wearing sunglasses
At night.
in a dark room.
So, a lot of my stuff this week will cover probably the last 3 weeks or 2 weeks or whatever.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, that works out. We haven't had a chance to talk about that kind of stuff anyway, so.
It makes up for all of the, lack of things that I've had over the past few months.
All right. It'll fill in some space over the lack of things I've had to contribute this week.
Yeah. So, Jeff, what do we have for news in the world of movie, music, video games?
Well, something kind of interesting that I've seen, and this isn't, this is just something that's been hinted at, is there's a possibility that Netflix may stream VR content to the Oculus Rift. That seems to be the premier device for virtual reality.
Okay.
It's kind of a neat idea. I mean, let's pilot. What's that?
Was that the one Facebook bought?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. So it'll be kind of an interesting thing to see what they have going on moving forward.
Okay.
So Larry Wilmore, who you may or may not have heard of, he's a comic, and he was also a writer for The Daily Show. He is going to be taking over the spot behind The Daily Show that Stephen Colbert's leaving.
When Stephen Colbert is taking up...
He's taking over for David Letterman on Late Night. And he is of African American descent, so his show will be named The Minority Report. Jordan, The Minority Report. You get it? You were on a dead mic.
Oh.
Here, let me. Okay.
We feeling better now?
I don't know. You may sound better now. For those of you who missed Jordan's intro, he is Jordan.
And this is episode 272, and today is May 10th.
And today is May 10th.
This is terrible.
No, it's perfect.
Production quality of the show is just...
I don't know why Brick uses microphone 3. It's weird, but that's what he
wants
does.
to sit close to you.
Apparently. So anyway, that's what's going on with that. So I'm sure it'll be a decent show.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
It's, as long as he can deliver the stuff that he's been writing, that's really all it takes.
Yeah, and it will be produced by Jon Stewart as well. You
These
all right
glasses
over
are
there?
absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Okay. Did you just do a bad glasses selfie?
No, I didn't take a picture of it. I just wanted to see myself. It's the new mirror.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And then there have been a few more announcements, or an announcement of a few more shows coming to Xbox Originals. They're really starting to stack up a lot of content. They've got quite a few things that sound really interesting. Of course, you got the Steven Spielberg live-action Halo. They've got a Ridley Scott animated Halo, which should be pretty cool.
Both of those get me very excited.
Yeah, yeah.
In a physical way.
In a very physical way. But they have some other things, just really interesting concepts. I don't want to go through the entire list, but they've got some cool things going on. So it'll be nice to see that getting up and running.
Yeah.
And then also we've got a May update coming up for the Xbox One, and
Woohoo.
Kinect is going to get a little help for voice commands. And what that's going to do, there'll be an opt-in for it to collect voice data.
Okay.
It's automatically turned off, but you can opt in, and that will help the Kinect start learning voice commands or learning, different accents or inflections or
Right.
stuff like that. So, cool little deal. That's about it for news. I mean, I've got a long list of canceled and renewed TV shows.
Yeah, let's listen to those.
All right. A few notable canceled shows. You can have the renewed list.
Okay.
Killer Women. It's the one with Tricia Helfer. That one's gone. Mixology's gone. How I Met Your Mother, of course, wrapped up. Nikita wrapped up. Carrie Dyer's canceled. Tomorrow People canceled. Almost Human canceled. American Dad, oddly enough, moving to TBS, and I had not heard this, is not going to be on Fox anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's kind of an odd bit of news. And then there are a few others like Dads and Community. And let's see here. Revolution, which was a J.J. Abrams show.
Yeah.
That one's gone. Michael J. Fox show is gone. It's a huge list of shows that did not quite make it. Oh, Believe is a new one.
Okay.
And that one's gone too. Bad Teacher, Friends with Better Lives, Intelligence, Crazy Wings, Mentalist. These are all ones that haven't gotten the word yet.
Okay.
But I've got the first two reneweds here. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Castle. My mother will be very happy about Castle because, well, and I guess this means that she's not the only one that watches Castle.
Right.
But, she'll be happy about it because
And
she does watch Castle.
I hear that, is it ABC for
ABC.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
ABC is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
So ABC also greenlit Agent, whatever her name is from the Captain America.
Yeah.
Have her own series.
This is from the World War II era agent. So
what we saw a little bit of her in Winter Soldier, but she was very old. So some other ones that have been renewed. Grey's Anatomy is probably going, into its 10th season now or something close to that.
Jeez Louise, I didn't even realize it was still on.
Yeah, neither did I.
When people talk about Grey's Anatomy, I just figured they were watching old episodes.
Modern Family, Once Upon a Time, Revenge, Two Broke Girls, Criminal Minds, CSI has been renewed, the original, I guess. Hawaii Five-0 has been renewed. NCIS and NCIS LA have both been renewed.
See, my mother will be happy about that because she likes NCIS.
Big Bang Theory has been renewed. 2.5 Men has been renewed. Arrow, goodness, how did that get renewed? It's a CW show, never mind.
Actually, it
did it get better?
Apparently got better.
Okay. Supernatural, The 100, Vampire Diaries got renewed. Bob's Burgers got renewed, and I did not know that show was still on.
Yeah, I knew it was still on.
I did not know that show was still on.
Yeah.
Bones got renewed. Family Guy is renewed. Glee, Sleepy Hollow, The Mindy Project, The Simpsons, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, and Law and Order SVU.
All right.
So that's actually,
a lot of procedurals got renewed.
Yeah, it is
they can make those forever.
The backbone of, I guess, primetime television.
Yeah.
It's freaking terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's a few interesting things on there, interesting cancellations and interesting renewals, for sure. Why don't we go ahead and get into the weekly Whatchas, sir? What's been in your ears?
So I tried out two new podcasts and listened to an old Lobbycast episode. So
Nice.
it was one of the ones that it was just you and I, and I couldn't tell you what number it was, but it was good. It was fairly recent. It was within the last few months.
Okay.
I listened to one of those on my way to work. I listened to two podcasts. One I didn't like too much, but here's what I did: is I pulled up two podcasts that have a fairly long episode list.
Yeah.
But I pulled up the first episodes, and that's usually not the best judge of a show.
Fair enough.
So I listened to Fantasy Fiction and Drunks and Dragons.
Drunks and Dragons, huh?
So Drunks and Dragons is a group of people playing D&D. Which
Drunk.
They may be drunk. I'm sure they drink during
Drinking.
their sessions.
Okay.
But it's just called Drunks and Dragons. It made me want to listen to our recordings of D&D, but those, this is a little bit, and I mean a little bit more family friendly than ours. The fantasy fiction is probably on the same level as ours.
Okay.
But what fantasy fiction is these two guys that record a podcast. I don't know what it is, or part of a podcast recording. At the beginning of the week, they give the other guy a cues for a story, and they basically have to write a fantasy fiction short story with this. Something like, there has to be a staff that has unbelievable magical abilities, but it makes you smell really, really bad. I do not use the words that they use. It makes you smell like an orc's nether regions. And also, a character has to be named Daryl. Like those were the cues in the first one, and
I used to do that in high school.
It's funny.
Competitive writing.
Yeah, it's funny, but the stories are absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it, so
okay.
I'll probably. I mean, that was only the first episode. I'll maybe skip to like the 5th episode or so, and see what's what. So that was that. Yesterday I was going through a medical procedure, and just as I was being doped up, and I was being seriously doped up, Bob Marley started playing, so the Three Little Birds, and I started laughing hysterically, and the nurse was there with me because she understood what I was laughing about, and I was good. So of course, as soon as I got home, I downloaded some Bob Marley onto my phone, and
good for you.
And started listening to that. So I've been listening to that a lot, and 311, oddly enough.
That is odd.
Yeah, I don't usually listen to 311, but it was on at the gym, and I was jamming out to it.
Yeah, every time I turn on the Walk Off the Earth channel, it makes me think of 311, even though there's no actual 311 on that channel.
Oh, and I listened to a ton of Tribe Called Quest.
Right on.
And that is just good summertime music.
Yep.
So, Jeffrey, what have you been listening to?
Well, I listened to my workout stuff, of course, and kind of a notable band that I hadn't heard of before. It's called Decoded Feedback. And so something came up with theirs, and I liked it, so I thought I'd mention that, and then Dessa and Feist, and that's about it. I've really been out of the podcast game for a bit because I lost my Zune.
Yeah.
A couple months ago now. I just don't know where it went.
You could use your phone, Jeff.
For podcasts?
Xbox Music.
I can't find podcasts on Xbox Music.
Why not?
You may have a better version.
We'll look at that.
Okay.
Yeah, because mine, I mean, it is very bare bones. I just hit the Xbox Music button and go to podcasts, and it lists what I have, or I can go to the store button.
Podcast? Which button is podcast?
That is absolutely terrible. There's no store button?
No.
All right, I am sorry, Jeffrey. I am absolutely sorry.
Okay. So you call yours bare bones. Mine, however, is more bare bones.
Yours is just bones.
Yeah.
She left me with my bones.
Yep.
Yep. I've been listening to anything else other than some angry white boy music.
No, mostly angry white boy music
All
and
right.
some chick music.
Yeah, fair enough. You've been known to do that.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so moving on to what we have been watching. Jeffrey, what have you been watching?
I watched the Bates Motel finale.
Okay.
It was pretty cool, pretty awesome. You kind of they've been building up the dual personality thing
Okay.
about Norman Bates, and it's been interesting for sure. So lots of people on that show, and they do a really good job. I mean, it's not always great, but
Okay.
they do a really good job of doing the backstory, the origin story, if you will,
Right.
or Norman Bates. Then Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. This is the second to last episode that I just watched. I just watched this today. It's pretty terrible. It's terrible.
Okay.
But, I stuck with it this long.
Yeah. Why not?
Some great television that I've been watching. Vikings.
Oh my goodness.
So good. The
That was
Vikings
the
finale.
season. That was the season finale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew. Stuff happened.
Yeah. You know what? Let's talk about it now.
Okay.
Now, are you done with what you've been watching, or is that?
No, I'm not done, but we can
Okay.
stop now.
So if you haven't seen the end of Vikings, or if you're considering it, now would be a good time to fast forward a few minutes, and then if you hear something otherwise, well, deal with it. So stop listening now.
Yeah.
King Ragnar.
Yeah.
Yeah, hanging out on the cliff, holding the king's sword.
Yeah.
That was my only issue with the show, is the very heavy-handed, like, this is the king's sword. I'm like, Ragnar's gonna be holding that business at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
And sure enough, I liked it. I liked the
fetched by his son,
yeah.
the mighty warrior.
Yeah. I love that they call him Bjorn Ironsides. And like that became an actual thing. Like, well, he's
Yeah.
gonna be hard to kill.
You know why? Because he was trained to fight by his mother.
Yeah. God. Yep. That is I did love that scene where King Hork is walking through the gauntlet, and then everybody just kind of
Yep.
Ragnar beats him to death with his own face, and wow.
Headbutts him to death, and then continues to squash him with his shield.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was true Ragnar angry, which you don't see often. You see Ragnar.
Everybody just disperses like, I don't think I want to see this.
That dude is gonna be dead.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Still not as bad as the Blood Eagle.
No, that one was
Ooh.
intense. And I don't know, it was just really cool. I liked that show a lot. I liked seeing Athelstan coming back.
Yeah.
Doing his thing, killing some guys.
Yeah. It's been a good season, but there have been some episodes that were a lot better than others.
Yes, I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
And you know what?
All the stuff with Floki was just weird.
It was. Floki was crazy, but then I get why it was weird. They were really trying to lead you down a different path, and then all of a sudden, and honestly, I thought Floki was going to get killed by Ragnar in the end. Like I did not think that Floki was a good guy anymore.
Yeah, I mean, everybody who they make it out that they're betraying Ragnar, true to Ragnar.
Yeah.
So
yeah, down to the bitter end.
Even the most self-serving individual there, and I don't think Floki's self-serving.
No, Floki
think,
just
he was having difficulties with his allegiance to Ragnar.
he has a lot more of the religious convictions than any of the other Vikings do.
Right.
He's the closest thing they've got to a priest or a
Yeah.
devout. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was really good.
Yeah, it was a great last episode.
I'm excited to see what else they're gonna do. A lot of it, man, it just reminds me of some of the stuff on Spartacus.
Yeah,
And,
next season looks to be raiding in.
I liked the stuff with King, the British king.
Yeah,
Whatever his.
I forget his name right off.
Of course we do.
Yep.
Egbert, King Egbert.
Yeah.
He was really, really good. Kind of very Roman-esque kind of guy because he was you know hanging out with Charlemagne for most of his life. So yeah, that was really cool. I like how they talk about the belief that the people on the the British Isles had, that all of this awesome architecture and all of this stuff that is only a couple hundred years old, that was built by the Romans. They all believe that it was built by giants and these mythical creatures, and they're only like a few generations detached from it being built.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. And the king knows. He's like, no, this was all built by the Romans.
Right.
But he keeps that under wraps. And he studies all of this Roman literature on battle and things like that. And very interesting.
Yeah. Egbert's a cool character.
Yeah. So is the crazy princess.
Yeah.
I want to breed with them. Make giants.
All
okay.
right.
You're crazy.
Yeah. But she's fun too.
Yeah. She is.
You can tell that she's going to take to play a bigger part next season.
In the next season, yeah.
Yep. Lots of rating.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next season. So, what else have you been watching?
Let's see. I watched the first episode return of 24.
Okay.
So it was all right. It's 24. But Yvonne Stratsky from Dexter and Chuck.
Okay.
She's on there, and I like her, so that's good. Big Bang Theory. Game of Thrones, of course. And I watched the most recent Hannibal, which is great. This season's really good. It's very dark, and it's very... I don't even know the right word for it. It's creepy.
Okay.
It's in the first season. What you see is Will Graham, who is a troubled consultant for the FBI, being manipulated by Hannibal to a very dark path, and now you're seeing Will Graham being led down that dark path by Hannibal.
Interesting.
And his progression from innocent to not so innocent. So he's been groomed.
Is the student slowly approaching the time where he will have to take a swing at the master?
Yeah.
There can only be two. Or there is
That's
always
true.
two.
And I also watched The 100 and Amy Schumer, and I made it to a movie this week.
And?
Went to go see The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Is that already out?
Yes.
Oh.
Came out on the 5th.
I need to go see that.
It's good.
Yeah.
I'd go see it again.
All right.
And I saw it at a theater where I could not use my movie pass because I needed, which I'll be getting rid of at the end of the month. I think I mentioned this to Brick, but
has it been a year?
What?
Has it been a year?
May 21st will be a year, and the thing was, you
made a deal with yourself, right?
Well, and this is the thing. It's like my current schedule kind of has me in too late to go see movies, but the theater over on 58th or whatever in Wadsworth had an 11 a.m. showing of Amazing Spider-Man 2, so I went to go see it there, but they are not a movie pass theater.
Right.
They're a landmark theater, but they don't do movie pass.
That's so weird.
Like the what is it? Chez Artiste and
Right.
whatever those other ones, Esquire and I don't know. Anyway, those small theaters. So that being the case, I'm like, okay, well, if this is about the only theater that has showings early enough for me to go see, and they don't take Movie Pass, and I can't go see movies at Movie Pass theaters hardly ever,
Right.
then it really just doesn't make
work
sense
for
for
you.
me to continue the subscription, at least not right now. You know, if at some point my schedule changes and I'm back in like I was at the Kilt, like at 5:30, then absolutely I could do it. And the real thing is that it cuts into my workout time.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I don't have time to watch anything. I mean, I wake up, I go to work, I come home, I go to the gym, I cook dinner after that, and then it's close to 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm not gonna go see a movie. I may watch one TV show.
Sure.
But I'm more interested in watching football or hockey. Hockey's about over, so this summer I'll be able to watch a lot more.
Yeah.
But
and mentioning that, I did watch a little bit of the NFL draft.
yeah.
All right. How about you? What you been watching?
Over the last few weeks, yesterday I was sick, so I got a lot. Or not sick. I was sick. I was terribly sick. That medication kills me. I got a lot of watching in, so I watched Forward Unto Dawn.
Okay.
Yes.
I still haven't seen it.
And you should watch it.
I haven't
It's
watched
pretty
the
cool.
whole thing. I've seen
little
part of it.
pieces of it. You should watch it. It's about an hour and a half. If you have an hour and a half of just like time, you should pick that up and just check it out. It's pretty cool. It reminds me of Battlestar.
Okay.
It does.
Yeah.
Like one of those Battlestar movies.
That reminds me. I have a copy of Star Wars episodes 1 through 3 edited down to 2.5 hours.
You have the Phantom edit?
No, the Phantom edit is 85 minutes long. This is 2.5 hours. It's done by somebody else.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that at some point.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll make sure that you get a hold of that.
Yeah. Okay. So yesterday I watched Forward Unto Dawn. Other guys I was asleep for the vast majority of.
That's fine.
Yeah. I watched. I finished up this most recent season of Archer, and it was good. You know what? It got every episode. I stuck with it. It was a little bit better.
Yeah.
It was a little bit better. So
I like Archer Vice.
yeah, it was fun. I'm ready to be back like with ISIS Archer though. I like the James Bondish shenanigans rather than the I don't know, drug running shenanigans.
What'd you think of Cokie Pam?
Yeah, and I loved it. She's like, I've got a problem. Like the last episode is her constantly admitting that she has a problem as she's making like a coca leaf salad. Was it a coca leaf smoothie?
Yeah. And she got super thin.
Super thin, and she like the last episode she finally has like bags under her eyes and things like that.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that. I watched some NHL hockey. I watched the Minnesota Wild and the Blackhawks game, but I didn't finish it. The wounds are too fresh. I put a lot of emotion into this Avalanche season, and to see it end like that, I was just
and to see a team who we beat pretty readily beat the team that kicked us out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. So that was tough, but I'm starting to feel a little bit better, kind of rooting for the Kings now, just because my girlfriend's from LA and she's rooting for the Kings. Watched Slapshot.
Okay.
And that was because I had gotten my girlfriend a Slapshot related birthday gift, so I also got her
a jersey,
Blu-ray copy of Slapshot, and we watched that. Which it's a fun movie.
Who's in that one? Is that the hockey movie Paul Newman?
Paul Newman. That's who I was thinking of.
Okay. I haven't seen it. That's the reason why I was able to remember the name, because I haven't seen it.
Yeah. And yesterday I watched about half, maybe a little bit more of the first season of Orphan Black.
I watched the first 2 episodes and I couldn't get into it, but apparently that's another show that gets much better.
It's pretty good. It was not bad. My issue is this main character occasionally turns into a very sexual person, and she looks like she's 15 years old.
Oh.
And it freaks me out.
All right.
She's very short, very, very skinny, and has a very young face.
Gotcha.
And I kind of woke up into that scene in the first episode. I'm like, whoa, what are we watching? Yeah, it was just one of those things. But it's a good show. I really enjoyed that. I'm trying to think of anything else that I may have watched. Game of Thrones. I need to DVR the most recent season of Walking Dead now that it's finished. I'm gonna try to plug through that because I don't have too much else to be watching right now. And
yeah, there's some pretty intense things that happen this most recent season.
Yeah. I figured. It seemed like everybody was up in arms about it. So let me show you a picture. Like she just looks very, very young.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Well, I mean, she does and she doesn't. So. Oh, she definitely does there.
Yeah, no, she looks like a
Definitely there.
Yeah, she looks like in a lot of scenes she looks like a younger girl.
Yeah, I don't even really remember the show, so I'll have to check it out. Like I said, I heard it gets pretty decent.
Yeah, it's definitely not bad. So, I honestly at this point I think that's all I've watched. Jeffrey, have you been playing anything?
No, man, haven't had time. I've been playing Coda Brewery.
Yeah, I've seen. I wish I could make it out there.
Yeah, I put in a couple of 15-hour days in a row because I'd work. I'd be at work at 8 a.m. at my job and then go and hang out at the brewery until later. It's only open till 9, but we've been staying open later. So.
Oh really? Because I didn't go the other day just because I'm like it's 8 o'clock. Like it was after 8 o'clock. I'm like there's no way I'm gonna get there in time.
Yeah, we definitely stayed open until at least 10:30 each night. So.
Yeah,
but it's good.
I'm
it's
definitely,
fun.
Making a trip down there tomorrow afternoon to grab their new
the mango
Champango.
Champango. Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that.
It's good.
Is it?
It's good beer. Yeah.
Is it hoppy?
Not overly.
Okay. I know. Is his name
Luke?
Luke's the
head brewer,
hops,
or he is the brewer.
Yeah, he likes the hops.
He does. And there's going to be a chocolate porter, hop forward IPA, and a Belgian wit coming online before the 15th. So here real soon.
I'm looking for some sour beers.
Total of 7.
That's awesome.
So that'll be pretty great.
I also haven't been playing anything. It looks like Elder Scrolls Online got pushed back another 6 months for the Xbox One.
Oh, breaks my heart.
Yeah, so it breaks my heart, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, now I'm just waiting for either that or Halo to come out to purchase one. I haven't even set up my 360 yet, so I know I'm not gaming. I really thought about playing City of Steam. I just haven't had time to.
Oh, okay. I haven't checked it out, so I don't know.
Run on my laptop. It's a fun.
What's the
game.
what? Yeah, I've got plenty of games to play here. I just haven't had time.
Yeah.
I'd like to play some more Civ Rev. Sam sends me texts about it from time to time, and I played it last week, but I just haven't had any time to play it this week.
I recently found a deal on Groupon. It was 1 year of Xbox Live plus 400 points for $50.
I think I bought that.
I bought 2 of them.
Oh, nice.
So I'm just waiting for me to get my, my Xbone to hook it up.
Sure.
Or whenever I start playing again.
Okay. Cool.
Looking forward to that.
I mean, for right now, because of the shared Xbox Live, if you want to play on the Xbox One, you just come over here, and
Yeah.
even though you don't have gold, you can
Yeah.
still play online.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's how I've been playing Titanfall.
yeah.
Well, is that a show?
I think that's a show. Let's
Unreal.
wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening. We will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.